Ladies and gentlemen, today we are here to talk about identity. We all studied about it and we know its definition. It's basically all about a person that makes him him. Everything that defines you, every aspect, your beliefs, your personality, everything about you is your identity. And every person has to work. So the way they think about work and their work identity should be personal. So what do you think are different aspects, the most important ones of a person's work identity and how it can differ from one to another?
Personally, I believe that the work identity comes from projects that you work with as a team, the aspirations that each one of you have, obstacles that you face together, and the requirements of job itself. For example, we have blue collar jobs. These jobs are known for patience, perseverance, while jobs like the blue collar jobs are known for intellect. So your job is what defines you and adds to who you are as a person. According to Descartes, he believes that the way you think is how you are defined. And how you develop that is by working with some intellectual people and giving your best, trying to learn from others. And that's what you get from a team and the environment that supports hard work and empowers its workers to achieve their goals.
With reference to the documentary, we have seen specifically multiple people who work in different industries, but in the industry of hospitality, there was a person who was called Randy. She works in home aid, in the home care aid, and she said and told us in the documentary that she wants, when she works, she wants to wake up and have a meaning, so that she can have a meaning in life. Some people work because they want to go and do what they want, and to feel like they're valued, that they're not invisible while working. We've seen also the fact that some people right now in this generation, maybe they work as a janitor in a company, and it feels like they're not employed by the company. They're just working there because like they work after everybody's gone home, since it's a night shift, so they clean and everything. But back in the days, janitors working in company were working as if they're employed by the company. They are seen by their colleagues, so they can have also the opportunity to be in a lot of, for example, parties which are related to the company. They can be seen by higher people working, like for example CEOs, etc., that can actually give them an opportunity um to have like to have a value in where they're working. So I feel like in the work identity can be very different for everybody. Everybody can have their own situation, their own um, obstacles, or maybe things that they are facing. They can be bad or good. So I feel like it depends on the person, and that.
If we look at Kodak, it is a big company, a very successful one also. So this company gives to the employees a lot of opportunities to be able to upgrade their lives, upgrade the way they are living. They give them so much opportunities. They give them money. They have tutors in order to study and even maybe quit the company and work somewhere else, which is way better for them. They also pay them well. They have them work in environments where everybody is equal. Even if someone is a director, someone is just a janitor, they are all equal in the eyes of the company. Also, we can take for an example, there's Gail Evans. She was just a janitor. So when we look at someone who says, I am a janitor, we just think that he's someone who's like poor, who doesn't work hard, who just, who failed his life. But she worked hard. She was able to become a director of the company just because the company gave her the opportunity to develop herself, to be able to use to work hard and to use all her skills.
Taken from my sister's intervention, for example, companies like Kodak do not exist anymore. Companies that allow people to grow in their environments are rare to find. And from that, we can ask the question, should we aim for higher studies and higher degrees, Or should we side hustle the same way the makeup artist did to pay her bills? And it intrigues me that in our society or on social media, we see a lot of kids, a lot of people doing what we call side hustles. And apart from investing on stock markets, etc., there are a lot of people who use their skills in order to gain money. For example, let's talk about a 15, 16 years old child or kid who speaks English and uses that ability to make money for themselves. Because there are a lot of websites that offer you to become a teacher for other people trying to learn English. And that's by having small conversations that pays you, for example, $1 an hour or, this type of prices. And I think that side hustles are very important and they will be the future of our society because nowadays, no matter how much you study, no matter how much degrees you have, you still end up on the streets. The same way a lot of homeless people do. And a lot of people went outside and asked homeless people, how did you end up here? And some of them had great stories. Maybe they had degrees, they studied to college, they finished high school, but they didn't just have enough money to support themselves to finish in what they liked. And I think it's very unfair.
So for me, I believe that a person's work identity depends on how they see themselves in the job. Maybe they feel like they are just doing the work, or maybe they feel like they're a part of it and benefiting everyone else and working with everyone. Like we saw in the documentary that some people feel unseen or undervalued in their job, which they kind of have to be comfortable in, and they should feel like they are valued. And I think work identity depends on how you see yourself in your job.
So for me, work identity is all about how you see yourself at work and how the other sees you. Because there are a lot of people who work at the company, but not for the company, as my friend said. Because when they work, nobody sees them, nobody cares about them, and nobody considers them as a worker at the company. So if you are seen and valued, you can do more at your work. For example, we can take, for example, Jail Evans, if I still remember her name. She was working at first as a janitor at Kodak, but then she became the chief officer, chief technology officer, and that's all. It's all happened because her work gave her the chance. So if not, you will stay at your place and you will not make any progress. So this shows how important it is how you feel at your work.
So for me, I think that work identity is something that's based on your purpose in life and your purpose to doing that job. If you do a job and work as a stepping stone to something greater, then your work identity is to grow. If you want to thrive and become successful, then your work identity is probably profit obsessed. If your work identity is survival, then you would do any single job if it means that you get the money that you can feed your kids or your family. And that's why like different purposes lead to different work identities.
Dedication to work, how much you can be punctual, how much you can be dedicated and disciplined to the quality of your job. However, there is one aspect that can define the true value of your job, which is recognition by society. Actually, the high skilled job, we can see that we almost of the times we hear about them, news about them, and how much people are, like them and give it a high value. However, for the low skilled jobs, we kind of just forget about them. We just give it like, as we saw in the movie, the invisible people. They can try their best. They can work, 80 hours a week. However, they don't just get the recognition because how society works, it is kind of totally different. Society try to give the high skilled jobs which can have a big part of the economical world and actually the financial world. So recognition works? It's more about just give the most important part to the people that have a high financial impact on society. However, for the other one, we just kind of forget it. And the fact that there are people that say that it depends on how much you look to your job, I don't find it actually true. If we talk about the high skilled jobs, it can work, but when you talk about people that just try to work in terms to gain a living in something, uh, to buy things they need, they cannot change that fact because people gonna look at them with a bad eye. They say that those people don't have a future. They just they don't have a meaning in life. So even though they try their best, they can't actually change the eyes of others. And not all of them, but most of people just give it like a negative view about them. For that, we kind of need to convince people and actually give an awareness about how much people can work and try to, just do their best.
Okay, so sometimes it can be hard to give a definition for a specific concept. Actually, when we are speaking about working identity, we are speaking about very deep concept that we are unable to give a very specific and completed definition. So for this reason, instead of searching for its definition, we can split it into two parts. Actually, the very first part is working, and working, as the overwhelming majority of you knows very well, that working is split into two parts. The very first part is working in an individual way, and second part is working in a team. Easily and in a very easy way, we can give a definition for working identity is in a team as the coherence that exists between the members of the team and the way are we dealing with problems. Actually, when we are in team, you should know the situation of everyone in the team. So if he will face a problem, or if he will uh, maybe if he will make a mistake, so you're always there to support him, to motivate him by, I don't know, by many ways. But for other definition, when we're speaking about working in an individual way, actually the documentary give us in a very good example or very good opportunity to reconsider things in USA. But what matters for us, like the category of people who are working in an individual way, sometimes it can be hard for us to know who we are and where we are going. So for this reason, individual wakes remains a challenge that can't, for me, it can't have a specific definition.
Ayub, you spoke about working and identity, sure, and you said that working identity was about the goal you want to reach. But I disagree with you because as we know, actions speak louder than words. So what I don't think that someone that wants to achieve something will really we can define him as having a good or a strong working identity. In another side, we have those who are persevering, those who want to achieve their goals, and who are going to achieve their goals. Then we can say that those people have a strong working identity. No one what you earn what you earn doesn't matter. Like when you are working and when you are persevering, that's the most important. If you are, as we saw in the commentary, if you are underpaid, that doesn't define your working identity. What defines it is the degree and the efforts you are doing in order to attain and to reach your goal. Thank you.
For me, work identity is, when you make new relationships in your work, and when you have new experiences, when you learn new skills, when you meet new people. So that's what I think is your work identity. But I also think when choosing your work, you need to choose a job where you feel, valued and seen. As my friend said, nowadays janitors, they work in at the company, but they don't work for the company. So I think that we should focus on choosing jobs that will that where you see yourself valued, and where you have a meaning in life. Like when you wake up as a teacher, you have a meaning. Today I'm going to teach my students. Today I'm going to do this and this. So for me, I think you should have a meaning in life. You should have experience, and you should meet new people.
As my colleagues mentioned team identity, we cannot deny that collaborative work brings the best out of people, since everyone is doing what they excel at, complementing each other. If someone is feeling low or breaking down, the others would be caring and supporting towards them so that their hope remains high. We shouldn't forget that team identity revolves around a common purpose or mission that all team members are working towards, which foster unity among team members, leading to more productive work and efficiency, of course.
In the professional sphere, we can find two distinct employee categories. Those who wear suits and ties work in offices, while others keep their uniforms and work to the community. As they work together towards a common goal, their team identity becomes a powerful force by giving them same rights. But that's not what we're seeing nowadays. Nowadays, we're seeing that those hard workers are always facing a lot of challenges, such as underpayment while they work excessively for long hours just to build a better future for themselves and their families. And that's what we saw in the documentary. Half of Afro-Americans work for 80 hours and still get paid below minimum.